Hello everyone. Now we will start the next chapter, that is continuity. So to start the continuity, let us first we have a quick recap of limits that we have done in class 11th. Now first we try to know what is the limit. So to know about the limits, first we learn what is the indeterminate form. This we have done. If a function fx be given to us and if its value at x equals to a, where is any point, any arbitrary point, and when you substitute x equals to a, we get the function in the form 0 upon 0, infinite upon infinite, infinite minus infinite, 0 to the power 0, 1 to the power infinite, infinite to the power 0 or 0 to power infinite, then these are called indeterminate forms. So there are 7 indeterminate forms. Indeterminate forms means we cannot find their values. For these forms we are not able to find their values. So to calculate the value of the function at x equals to a, we use the concept of the limits. Suppose we are given a function limit x is tending to 2x plus 3 upon x minus 4. Now we want to calculate the limit of this function, so we substitute x equals to 2 in place of x. See, now after calculating we are getting minus 7 by 2. Now we are getting a real value. Then limit of this particular function at x equals to 2 is minus 7 by 2. Suppose after substituting the point x equals to a, so we are given a function and f x equals to a, if we are getting indeterminate form, then we approach to that function from right hand side to left hand side. And how we write? If we approach from the right hand side, we write it limit x is tending to a plus, and when we are approaching to left hand side, then we say it x is tending to a minus c. How we are approaching? This is x equals to a, we are getting 0 upon 0 form here. So from the left hand side we are approaching to this point, and from the right hand side we are approaching to this point. When we are approaching to this point from the right hand side, we write it a plus or a plus h. A plus h means we are moving to a very little distance from this point. H is tending to 0. And when we are approaching to left hand side, we write it a minus h. It means we are moving to very less distance or very short distance from this point. And after substituting these limits, if we are getting left hand side limit equals to right hand side limit, then we say the limit of the function exists and its value is equals to left hand or right hand limit. Now if the value of right hand limit is not equals to left hand limit, then we say limit of the function does not exist. So to calculate the limit, we have this proper method. We approach from the left hand side, we approach from the right hand side, we calculate left hand and right hand limit, and if they are equal, then we say limit exists. If they are not equal, then we say limit is not existing. Now to calculate the limit, we have learned so many methods. Let us revise those methods also. Now, first method to evaluate limit is factorization method. See, we are given the question limit x is tending to 0, x cube minus 4x upon 2x square plus 3x. Now, first thing what we do, we substitute this x in the given expression. If we are getting 0 upon 0 form or any indeterminate form, then we move further to calculate the limit. Now we try to factorize numerator and denominator. See, x is common, we take x common. Again we apply limit means again we substitute x equals to 0. Now we are getting minus 4 by 3. This is real value, So limit of this function is minus 4 by 3. Now we will not move further. Let us take one more example. Again, this time we have limit x standing to 2. X minus 2 upon x square minus 3x plus 2. When we substitute this limit, we are getting 0 upon 0 form. Now nothing is common, so we try to factorize numerator and denominator. See, the factors of denominators are x minus 2, x minus 1. Now we cancel out the factors, write down the things, and when we substitute the limit, that is, if we apply the limit, what we are getting? We are getting 1 upon 2 minus 1 equals to 1. The next method that we have done, that is rationalization method. Now this is very obvious. If we are getting square root terms in the numerator or denominator, then we apply this method. See, we are given this question. First, we apply 0, means we apply the limit. Again, we are getting 0 upon 0 form. Now we rationalize the numerator. Till now, we are rationalizing only the denominator, but in the limits or any other questions, now we rationalize numerator also. Now you know how to rationalize. We multiply and divide by root 1 plus x plus root 1 minus x. Now I hope you know how to simplify. This is a minus b, this is a plus b. So we are getting a square minus b square. Denominator term we write as it is. Square means we remove the under root sign. These terms will cancel out. X and x 2x. This 2x x will cancel out. And when we substitute the limit, that is when we apply the limit, what we are getting? When we apply limit 1 plus 0, 1 minus 0, and we are getting answer 1. Go through it again. See what we have done. First we have rationalized, then we simplified, and then we applied the limit. We'll take one more example. This time limit x is standing to 0. 3x upon under root 1 plus 2x minus 1. Again, when we substitute the limit, we get 0 upon 0 form. Now we rationalize the denominator. Now how we rationalize? We multiply and divide by 1 plus 2x plus 1. Again, now numerator is as it is we write. Denominator is a minus b, a plus b. So this is a square minus b square. Then we remove the under root sign. Then you simplify it. After simplifying, see, you are getting 3x and this x is cancelled out. Then apply the limit in the remaining portion and you are getting this is equals to 3. See what we have done. Go through it again. See, you are given 0 upon 0 form. Then we have rationalized the things. And one by one. Then next method is we use the standard limit. This is standard limit. X is standing to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n upon x minus a. This is equals to n a to the power n minus 1. We directly use this result. If the question is in the same form, then we directly use the limit. See here, you are given x to the power 5 minus 2 to the power 5 upon x minus 2. Now see, here n equals to 5, a equals to 2. So we directly substitute the values. See here, we have substituted the values. Let us take one more example. Now, in this case, we are not given direct values, but we reduce this. See what we are getting, 81, we make it 3 to the power 4. And this is x minus 3. Now again we compare this with the standard formula and we substitute the values. See how we have done.